Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the top 5 or 6 or half a dozen bay fishing areas for you guys that don't live down here. Now these are all common knowledge from the locals down here, so if you're local you know all these spots I'm talking about, except you might not know about one, but you might. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about where to fish during this heat and where not to fish during the heat, especially during the heat of the day, like right now, you know, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So right now I'm right off SPID, fixing to go over to the island. The JFK Causeway's up there. So I want to show you something and explain where an area you don't want to fish in high heat. This might be good early in the morning or, you know, right before it gets dark, but you're going to have to wait out there a good distance. So I see a lot of people fishing down here. I don't know if you guys know, man, I have never caught anything here on either freaking side of this road. It don't matter if I'm here in the morning or at night or whenever. I've never caught anything. You would have to wait out there a pretty good distance to be able to get to a deeper channel. And there is a lot of stingrays in here, guys. So this would be on my list as a place for anybody that is new down here or comes down here on vacation. Just bypass this place right here. You see people fishing here all the time. I've never seen a fish pulled in here. The other side, there's a couple of spots that you might be able to pull fish in, but this side right here, you got to get way out there. So take a look at the drone footage and you'll see where the difference in the color of the water, where the deeper ends, and most of it's grass on the bottom and mud. This would be one of the places I would not waste my time fishing. Alright guys, this is going to be the very first spot, which is going to be the Oso Bridge turnaround. You can see the pillars either side. The other side is good and this side is good right here too. You could catch some sheep's head up along these pillars, some mangrove snapper, pretty much everything in here. And it's shaded, so you got a lot of shade and stuff like that. You can see people out here fishing right now. Don't know if they're catching anything or not, but you want to use like salted shrimp, live shrimp on a popping cork. You can see a guy out there using a popping cork. Actually, both of them are. This is a really good area if you're looking for an area to get out of the sun and be in the shade. It's right underneath SPID. It's the very first bridge body of water you come across. Take a look at it right down here. You can see there's all kinds of structure. People fishing on that side. But this is a really good spot if you're coming down here on vacation. You want to get out of the sun. It's real hot like it is today, 100 degrees. You could come down here and put you some chairs up and throw a line out there and maybe catch you some fish. So either side, this side or the other side, is really good. Come down SPID as you're going to Padre Island and you take Oso Bay turnaround. I think it's on either side. You could fish up underneath the bridge and give you guys some shade. You can see some people right here fishing with their kids, and you'll get some shade and probably pull you in some fish. The fish will be heading for deeper water and in the shade right here. You're gonna have to get down here early because this is a popular spot on either side of the bridge and it's out of the sun, so that's why people fish here. I would use probably some salted shrimp, dead shrimp if you're gonna use dead shrimp. If you're gonna use live shrimp, put your popping cork on and throw it as far out as you can get it out so you get past the little perch. Let's head to the number 2 spot, guys. We've arrived at bait fishing spot number 2, guys. Number 2, and my glasses are all fogged up because of the humidity. But anyways, soon as you get over the causeway to get on the island, Padre Island, You take the very first exit like you're going to Snoopy's or you're going to Docks, and you'll see a wide area, sandy area. Most of these spots I'm talking about today, guys, you could actually launch your kayak from them too, and go up underneath the bridge and fish from your kayak as well. Now, there's very little boat traffic here because the bridge is kind of low. There is some boats that come through there, but very, very little boats. You can see out there, there's a boat way out there. Up underneath that bridge, I don't want to go over there and disturb the guy fishing or anything like that, but up underneath the bridge, right underneath, I'm not sure if this turns into Park Road 22 or if it's still SPID, but you can see the JFK Causeway. You're going like you're going on the island. Right up underneath that bridge, up in there, you can catch you some fish, man. And either side, you can go across, and there's a little teeny area where you can pull off the road and come down there where that white truck is and fish on that side as well. And this is a good area to launch your kayak. You could go out in those areas if you want to. You could also wade fish, and it's not very deep right here until you get like out in the middle of the channel. So I'd say right there where the second pillar is, it's probably 8 to 10 feet. But you can catch a lot of sheep's head underneath there, flounder, redfish, you name it. Almost every fish you can catch up underneath there. You can throw your cast net here as well and get you some live bait if you want to use some live bait. But I would start out with some salted shrimp. Save yourself some money on the live shrimp because there's a lot of little piggy perch and stuff like that that's underneath that bridge. You have shade. If you have kids, be very careful with the kids over there because it is kind of steep. But other than that, that's a good place to get out of the sun and catch you some fish. Early in the morning, late afternoon, like about this time, 5, 6 o'clock would be a perfect time to get out of here. It does get busy, so if I was you guys, I'd get out here as soon as possible so you can grab you a spot. Over in this area, you've got a ton of resources over here. You could walk all the way and wade fish all the way around that whole bend. So there's lots of areas right here that you can do. So this is my number 2 spot, and I would highly suggest this area right here because you can catch some pretty good sized drum out of here, especially like in the months of September, October. You can catch them as they're running right through here and go into the channel, over there, go on the Packery Channel and out to the Gulf. Let me show you where I'm at so you guys know. Snoopy's, Docks, JFK Causeway. As soon as you get on the island, you take the very first exit. Like you're gonna go to Docks and get you some good seafood, or Snoopy's and get you some good mahi-mahi fish. This is a perfect place right here. All right, let's head on over bait fishing area number 3 that I think is a good spot. These are good in summer and winter, but preferably in the months of September and October. These are good spots at any time, but the best time to fish these spots is in September, late September and October. Sorry guys, I gotta stop and get my favorite drink from Sonic, 44-ounce cherry limeade. Okay. Perfect. Wow. That's freaking good. That took freaking forever just to get a cherry limeade, but I'll tell you what guys, this thing is freaking good. Oh man. I want to show you guys this little gem that most people don't know about that don't live down here. So this is going to be spot number 3, but I'm going to show you the entrance to a birding kind of outlook where you could walk the trail and see different kinds of birds and stuff like that. It's right at the entrance of Packery Channel Nature Park is what it's called. Okay, so we're gonna drive on back here and show you spot number 3 that I think is really, really good. Now you're gonna be in the heat back here, but if you bring you some shade and a hat and all that, you'll be just fine. And you'll have access to the channel back here. I still consider this the bay because it splits right out into the bay. But you can see over there the the trail that you can walk and see different kinds of birds and stuff. It's not very long. Be perfect for your kids, something to do. Now, I don't know if they fixed this road into the park, but it used to be pretty dang bumpy. So we'll see what happens. This is right off Park Road 22. As soon as you get across JF Causeway, look for the exit to the left. It's going to be a green sign on the right. It's going to tell you, it's called Packery Channel Park. And it's part of Packery Channel. It's also part of the bay system as well. So we're going to take you back here and I'm going to show you what it's like. And it's a good place to come fishing, man. I've seen people catch huge redfish and drum out of here. Pretty much all kinds of different fish. Now, the only problem with this area right here is there's a lot of boat traffic because people are trying to get right there to Packery Channel. Just around this corner here is a really hot spot for a lot of boats to pile up. Now, you can't fish out here after dark. You can't camp out here. Again, this is called Packery Channel Park. Let me show you what it's like down here. Right down there is 361 going to Port Aransas, and there's an area where you get up underneath the bridge over there and fish over there, Packery Channel. Like I said, the only bad thing about this place right here is all the boat traffic that comes through here. Otherwise, it's a good spot. But you would use the same kind of baits that you would use out in the Gulf. Catching anything?
Not yet.
Catching any bait?
Yeah.
Are you? What is it, mullet or?
Mullet is a pinfish.
Pinfish? You can see, speak about the boat traffic, there you go right there. But this is spot number 3 right here. What I would use is I would use cut bait here and stuff like that, and live bait. You've seen those guys over there trying to get some live bait with casting net. But all the way down through here you have to fish. This gets pretty busy pretty much every day. Even in the wintertime, it's pretty busy over here. It says slow, no wake, but people come flying through here, believe me. So to get here, you go across the causeway, which is over here. Keep going. It's about, I'd say a mile and a half to the left. You'll see the sign on the right that says Packery Channel Park. All right, guys, let's put the drone up and give you a drone view to show you what I'm talking about on the park. There's not a whole lot of area here, so you got from that point over there all the way down to that point. Of course, you could walk in the water around that bend, and there's an oyster reef that's over there. I was going to try to show you that from over at that point, but you can't get in there because it's private property unless you walk in the water. And with these shoes on, I'm not walking in the water today. As you guys can see, the whole surrounding area here. Let's get back a little further. Check out this house, man. Wouldn't this make a good fishing home right here? Look at that, man. Got your boat dock right there. Big, nice boat. Packery Channel straight ahead with a 361 bridge. All right, guys, that was spot number 3, Packery Channel Park. You're still along the Bay Area, and you could hit Packery Channel as well here. They also have a kayak and a canoe launch right here if you're interested in that. You just got to make sure you're fully aware of the boat traffic that comes through here. Not everybody is good with boats, so always remember that. Let's go on and head to spot number 4, guys. Spot number 4. right by the 361 bridge. You're actually, that's underneath the 361 bridge going to Port Aransas. You can see all the people over there. That's the spot you don't want to be unless you're early in the morning. You want to be over here on this spot, but it will take a four-wheel drive to get into this spot over here. This is private property where I'm standing on, but you can come over here on the other side of that little barricade there. But this is another good spot right here I would highly suggest, especially in the months of September and October. Make sure you don't come on this side where I'm at right now, because this is actually private property. Anyways, you just take the causeway, go on to Padre Island, take a left as you're going to Port Aransas, and the very first bridge that you come to, right before the bridge, there is a dirt road, sandy road to the left. You can go on the right side as well, and you can fish all up underneath this bridge. I'm going to actually take you over here and show you. But you can walk along this bridge right here, get up underneath this bridge if you need some shade. And on the other side is Packery Channel. The jetties are that way, and so I don't want to walk too far up here because it's pretty steep, but you can see what I'm talking about. You can get shade up underneath there. There's some big, huge drum and redfish being caught out of here. See the whole area? Pretty cool, huh? Looks like the tide's coming in. This would be a good spot early in the morning, late afternoon, you know, towards evening. And if you deal with the road noise, then it's a really good spot. But you'll rarely ever get on that side over there if you're not here early. You can see all the people wade fishing out there. But I talked to those guys earlier. They haven't caught anything yet. Mustang Island Park. This is actually right across from Mustang Island Park. If you're going towards Port Aransas, as soon as you pass the park entrance on the right, it'll be to the left. Now this says day use only, no overnight camping, no off-road driving, no outlet, no alcohol. I don't know about the alcohol because I've seen people drinking out here, but this is where I want to show you how to get out here. And you could see now, most days you can get out here with just a pickup truck, you know, two-wheel drive pickup truck, or even a two-wheel drive car. But some days it requires four-wheel drive after it rains heavy and so on and so on. Really good place to launch your kayak and to wade fish. Again, you got this whole area right here, which I'll pull over and show you guys. There's tons of something hitting the water right here. Look at that, guys. So we're going to throw a gold spoon. 1 ounce gold spoon, guys. I didn't plan on coming out here fishing. Wanted to shoot you guys a video. Let's cast this gold spoon, see if we can catch anything. They're all moving down that way. So we'll throw the spoon. Maybe we'll get lucky. I don't know. I think my spoon's messed up. There it goes. Oh. There's a lot of grass on the bottom. It's not very deep here at all. So there's a lot of grass. So this is not good to be throwing a spoon. A top water would work really, really well in this area right here. But you never know. Something in here might be just big old mullet. But when I pulled up here, the water was just boiling. Anyways, guys, this is a really good area right here. You could put your kayak in here. You could wade fish. You could walk out there along the cuts and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. And then we're going to go on the other side and I'm going to show you the best spot, number 5. So this area right here, you really don't need a 4-wheel drive on this section right here, unless it's rained or something like that. So just remember that. On the other side, you will need a 4-wheel drive, especially if it rains. All right, guys, Mustang Island State Park, Fish Pass North. There's no overnight camping. What you do is you go past Mustang Island, not the first entrance to your left, that's Fish Pass South. Go across Fish Pass Bridge. As soon as you get across Fish Pass Bridge, as soon as you get across Fish Pass Bridge, you take your first left. And it's right by a big old electric pole, cement electric pole. And this is a real good area to get out here and launch your kayak. And you can see there's nothing but a lot of grassland out here. The road's not too bad coming in here right now. I don't want to go all the way out there, but you can go all the way out there, and there's a point where you can launch your kayaks, you can wade fish, pretty much everything. I just don't want to go through that mud and get my Jeep all dirty today. But you could stop right here if you don't have a 4-wheel drive, and you could fish this area right here. Now, I know when you go around that turn over there, it's something like Jane's Hole or something is close by, I believe. But you can wade out right to the edge of the deep water, and that's where you catch all the fish. You can also launch your kayaks in here and stuff like that. This whole area right here, there's a lot of places you could go out there and fish along the shore and wade fish and so on. I'm surprised there's nobody out here. This is really nice out here. Nice and quiet. All you got is the birds and stuff like that. So there's 5 places right now, guys, that you can do some bay fishing, and you know, maybe you catch you some trout and redfish. This would be a really good area early in the morning, like right as the sun comes up, as soon as they open the gate there. But you can see it's pretty nice. All right, let's head and see if we can find another spot and show you guys. This is all between Port Aransas and Corpus Christi, because a lot of you guys stay in the condos out in Port Aransas, so this is all within reach of the condos and stuff like that. So if the surf looks like it did, you know, today, like I just showed you, then you might consider going into the bays and trying to catch you some redfish and trout. Last one, guys, I'm gonna have to narrate because it was an hour wait to get across to Aransas Pass on the ferry. As you can see here on Google Maps, anywhere from Port Aransas all the way to Aransas Pass on the road you take to the ferry, to the left or right is a good spot. Especially early in the morning, you could wade out there and throw some DOA shrimp, some spoons, topwaters, probably bring you in some redfish and trout. If you look to the right side right here where the X is, that's called Lighthouse Lakes. A good kayaking spot. You can launch right there on the channel and go into Lighthouse Lakes. Just remember the way that you went in, because sometimes you can get lost in there. That's really good in the morning, late evening, towards dark, but you don't want to get caught in there, you know, after dark, because it'd be a heck of a time trying to find your way out. You can see the sun is setting over Docks and Snoopy's, and that's the JFK Causeway. I tried to get across the ferry, but man, it was just way too long, so I decided to drive back 361. So these are some, you know, small areas that you could get out and catch you some fish. It's a lot better in the cooler months, like September to probably late May, for these spots that I'm talking about. It's really hard to catch fish in the summertime in the heat of the day, because they'll usually move to deeper water or somewhere where there's shade, some structure like underneath the bridge where I showed you and stuff like that. So hopefully that helps some of you guys that, you know, if it's bad surf, you know, the water's dirty or the current's too bad or there's too much seaweed, you could grab you some poles and you can head on into one of the spots I showed you. There is a ton of places to fish in the bays down here. I don't know them all, but these are just general knowledge. Most of the people down here know where these spots are. This video is mostly geared towards people that visit down here and come on vacation and stuff like that. So remember guys, a lot of these spots that I showed you, you need to get there really early in the morning so you can, you know, claim your spot, because if you don't, you're gonna have a hard time getting up underneath the bridge to fish. And except for Fish Pass, there's plenty of area out there to find a spot, so you can pretty much go there anytime. But up underneath the bridges, like Oso Bay Bridge, you know, right in that area, you're gonna need to make sure you get there early. Now, as far as bait, guys, what I would use is you could use live shrimp underneath a popping cork, or you could just free line some live shrimp, you know, with a little, what are those weights called? With a little clip-on weight. I can't remember what they're called, but you can put a little weight on and free line some shrimp. You can use salted shrimp, dead shrimp, cut bait, cut mullet, and stuff like that. But you want to be real careful. If you're wading out here, fishing out here in the bays, you want to do what's called a stingray shuffle. You want to shuffle your feet while you're walking in that water. There is a ton of stingrays out there, and I guarantee you're going to run into quite a few of them if you're wading out there wade fishing. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Sorry I couldn't bring you any kind of fishing video this week, but the surf is just really bad. It's not worth going out there unless you like catching hardheads, and I'm hearing a lot of reports that the people are catching hardheads. Appreciate all y'all for supporting my videos and making comments and stuff like that. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you would, and there's a thanks button if you want to buy me a cup of coffee or whatever. I appreciate it, and you guys have a good work week, and peace, guys.